Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Here we go. Astralis and CR4ZY up best of 3, starting on Inferno. I really can't wait for this. I think this is so exciting. Astralis did not look like everything we thought they would yesterday. Oh no, a little bit of a knife there. Esperanto put low.
Yeah, just working the nerves out. Shanking your teammate at the start of a game in the major. Not ideal. But Magisk is brought down to 35, so that'll help even up the HPs a bit. This would be massive if CR4ZY is able to pull off this upset. I can't tell if it would be such an incredible high for them or if it'd be such an incredible low for the Astralis side of things, but that'd be a scary prospect, Astralis.
Why not both?
That's good. That's fair.
You know,
you make a valid argument.
You could have it all. Next up, pretty quick there with the counter grenade, and well, Astralis still have 2 of their own, so they can just wait and re-smoke it if they want to. They're not really under that much pressure.
Well, Otto is the player that's just rotated over to the B-bomb site. He's got another smoke as well. So Otto and Nexa with 2 flashbangs at the B-bomb site, 1 more smoke to utilize. They can hold on to that as long as their nerve holds. And you have Hunter, who's spotting towards Rap side, Letney playing far back at A.
Yet they're really far back on A. Yeah. This is a crazy call right now.
Well, the fact that they have a 3-man stack without the information is beautiful. This is a nice read from CR4ZY.
It absolutely is, and a really bold one. I wouldn't be surprised if they can't keep holding it. They're going to smoke it off again. And Astralis, they're right on the other side, but they're going to come through. They're not even going to wait on the other side here. 28 seconds, and finally they get the opening kill. Taking down Otto. Nexa with a beautiful headshot. He was low on health already, but he's going to pick up a double kill behind it. And Sip will take down Hunter. And that will leave Letney in a pretty much unwinnable position here. Might even already think about just backing out.
That was a very nice call to stack from CR4ZY, but they did not get into good positions with those 3 players. 1 player coming through that smoke from spawn side. Let your players inside the bomb site take the aggression first. You can't be pushing through the smoke like that when you have guys waiting to defend against that. And it's just a clean sweep. Annihilation out of Astralis. Immediate headshots from Magisk and Zipnix. Just Letney. So Astralis will take the pistol round. Is there a world in which you see CR4ZY taking this with their 14% win rate or whatever? Was it 16, 14, something in the teens?
I doubt it. I really seriously doubt it. But I can't see why they couldn't potentially take down Astralis overall. Yeah. I'm not going to give it a high % chance, but it wouldn't be just, you know, completely out of the question, I think, because these 2 teams haven't played each other much, right? That's another thing. And Astralis will have prepped for all kinds of teams in the tournament. Probably have looked a bunch at CR4ZY demos too, especially knowing they were
certainly after the loss last night. If you're not motivated to go look into your opponent for the next day, that's an issue.
Yeah, so I'm sure they've done all of that, but it isn't quite the same thing, right? Like, they're not going to have the same rhythm, and I think CR4ZY are going to be unbelievably hungry. So, yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. I've actually really looked forward to this.
Well, the second round, the start of the nade barrage from the Danish side. Nexa already being brought down to 57. He'll be dealing with that a lot in this half. Device just trying to apply enough pressure to force out a smoke. Couldn't do it with the shots, does it with some utility of his own.
And they have a lot of smokes on the CT side. It's something we see pretty often now when you're playing that second round after losing the pistol, and it's so good because every once in a while you'll get a round where the Ts decide to wait and they think they've outweighted all the smokes, and then you're down to 20 seconds and there's still 1 left, and that can actually win you the round. So still 3 left even now, and they're probably just going to be rotating towards B as much as they can.
Yeah, but we'll just say one more time in case there's some viewers of the major that haven't been following CS as closely. That is kind of a second rounder that Astralis, you know, pretty much brought into play. That was like their brainchild.
But you see Otto now, just for people keep paying attention, he's now coming in with another smoke towards the B-bomb site. And Letney, he's got the last one. It would be great if they could rotate him over there with the MP9, but he's already used it on the other side. So now it's all up to Otto to see if he can spend it. He's going to use it a bit early, and actually they're grouping up towards outside of the A-bomb site, so it doesn't quite work the way you'd want.
That's the thing. Glaive, as we've seen him so frequently do, just away from the team, creating a distraction on the other side of the map, gathering intel, throwing utility, keeping defenses frozen in place, but they're going to head back to the B-bomb site. No more smokes for CR4ZY to use. 15 seconds. Here comes the entry. And this is a 3-man stack. There's a lot of crossfires. That's a big opening kill. The follow-up is there for Magisk as well. And that should be the danger averted. Although if he can stop this plant, he needs to just bum rush it. Device gets the angle. He's trying to spam. It's a good idea from Otto. Couldn't get it done. It's going to be a second round for Astralis.
Man, that was nearly the perfect round to have saved the smoke in. They used it a bit early. I think they lost a bit of their nerve over there. But if they had it, they would have put it down at like 14 seconds when the Starladder were re-entering the bomb site.
Or even just one kill on the entry. Like one of those first two kills go their way and slow things down a little bit more, take some players away, take maybe the defender of the bomb planter away so that Otto can get that final kill. CR4ZY almost makes it work. Narrow victory, but a victory nonetheless for Astralis. 2-0. And with the full investment in this round, CR4ZY is going to have to spend one round on just pistols.
Yeah, they'll have to wait just a little bit. And fair play. Still very early on. 2-0 for the Danish side, who were rocked yesterday. Oh, Nuke especially.
Holy hell, were they rocked.
Yeah, that was something.
That was unbelievable.
It was a fun game. I mean, well worth watching. It was 5 overtimes on the first map on Train. If you somehow missed that, you need to go and watch it, because that was just inspiring, pretty much all across the board.
That was something special out of NRG. That's an eye-opening series win for NRG, especially on Train.
Yeah.
I think that's actually influenced a lot of people to have a little bit of faith that they can actually go all the way, hoist the trophy, which probably wasn't the case with too many people before the event began.
I don't even have any argument against that right now, honestly. There was so much happening in that game. Stack over at A bomb site, it's fair play to CR4ZY to try and do that. I don't have any reason to really criticize that. It's not going to be working out, but you know, spreading your troops this thinly when you have 3 USPs probably wouldn't either. So would be great if Letney could find a kill or something with the SMG.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would like him to keep himself out of harm's way in a sense, just because he's got the armor he can bring into the next round.
He's got the armor too,
the SMG can be useful as well. You can drop that over to a teammate if you want to make sure someone else has full utility.
Who is the stand? I know we're talking about this game in a second, but who's the standout player for NRG yesterday for you? I know exactly who's in my mind, but
well, you're obviously going to say Stan.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, it's hard because Cirque had like 52 kills on Train.
Yeah, he was out of control.
And then Stan as well obviously was dominant on Nuke. So I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those picks.
All right, between the two. Yeah, I was just inspired by that. Next, down in the pit, doing a good job, even landing a pretty good amount of damage there. And Dupree would have been nice with a double, but still, it's something at the end.
Do you remember Nexus spent some time in the Renegades lineup? He was one of the guys that came over when Kassad was coaching.
Yeah, he
had some time on the team, and I remember talking to some of those guys like around that, and some of the guys, obviously Yanko, and reaching out to him and asking about Nexa. And pretty much the consensus I got from everyone was like he needs more time. Like he's not quite ready yet for this level of play. And obviously, it's been like a year and a half. My time frame's going to be a little bit off, but obviously they're exactly right. He needed a little bit of time. He's been great for this team.
Yep, he really has, and I mean, sometimes that's valuable info as well to get as a player. You get fast-tracked a little bit too much, and maybe you get to take a step back, and then you can readjust, and I think that's not too far from what we've seen here. Boost up towards the CT spawn, Hunter up there. They have an AWP on auto as well. And again, very far back on the A-bomb side with absolutely no info on what's happening pretty much all across the map right now.
All 3 rounds that CR4ZY has invested money into, the pistol round, the second round with that force buy, and then this round with the weaponry, they've had 3 players at the B bomb site. And only 2 players defending A. That's not going to work throughout this half, and what a great recovery from Otto. The few times that we've been able to, watching some of the earlier games from CR4ZY throughout this event, Otto has been a very fun offer to keep your eyes on. And actually, this stack might just work out. If they can move Hunter back towards the B bomb site, they will once again have the perfect read.
Yeah, they have the right idea. 40 seconds on the clock. Esperanto still has a Molotov, and Otto is at it again in the middle, taking down Megis. That's a very good start now. Astralis running into some trouble here. They're going to re-smoke that position, and
Two Molotovs defenders up from both defenders. They can just layer and stack those the whole way. This could be brutal for Astralis in the first gun round.
There should be really no way to get through this at all. With the Molotovs and everything else, there's one going down, 14 seconds on the clock, the grenade on top, and now they've got the Crossfire set of 8 seconds. The bomb drops on the ground, and Nexa does a terrific job picking up a double, leaving Device. And he's not even going to be able to escape much at all. Otto is back there. He's completely locked in. He needs to die before the time runs out, and he will.
No, I think the time already ran out after that.
Did it already?
Yeah, I think that last countdown is the time after the round until it's gone. So yeah, he doesn't get any bonus money whatsoever.
That's really a real problem.
I think you call that not ideal.
Not ideal.
This is great from Otto. I mean, he's caught out in the open, falling back, retreating into the bomb site. That pick on Omegas as well. I mean, such a slow peek into it. Had to be frustrating to deal with. And even with those 2 Molotovs, it had to be a bit of a brawl at that B bomb site. But for Crazy, you're happy. You've survived the first gun round. You've won the first gun round, the first test. What more can you build off this, even with Device on just a deagle? And the money gone for Astralis. Everyone below $1,000 after this buy. So Crazy could get some breathing room early. And again, 3 players, not only at the B-bomb site, but seemingly sticking around for a bit.
Yeah, they love this kind of beginning. And I mean, if I'm Astralis and I've been watching demos, and I mean, assuming that this is how Crazy tend to play, there's a lot of room for exploitation if you know they're going to be having 3B early on most of the rounds. And again,
I would have to imagine they don't, because if you're going to a game expecting Crazy to put 3 players to the B bomb site, you're doing a lot more aggression over towards A, I feel.
But generally speaking, Crazy, I mean, they have Letney boosted up over at mid, but it's going to be a rush here towards the B-bomb side. Esperanto boosted up, but it goes down very quickly. Hunter comes through, only able to get the 1 kill. Nexa, though, with a great lineup, leaving Sip alone in a 1 versus 2. And, well, he's just a player for it.
Yeah, he really is. He was amazing yesterday. The clutch is keeping Astralis in the games. And another 1 versus 2, reloading. He spots the shoulder, and he doesn't bail out of the fight. Baits out the shots, and Nick's commits. He's got the headshot, and he's got it through the smoke. No idea. And a 4th round for Astralis. How does he keep doing it?
It's so ridiculous, isn't it? They threw the flashbang. They had the smoke up in front. Outrageous. That is one that, well, we say this all the time, but probably he shouldn't have been getting away with. That was the kiss. A little kiss on the back of the head.
He deserved it.
He deserved it, didn't he?
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, even after just a little bit of patience out of an inexperienced team, just wait for that smoke to clear. You don't need to make the play. Yeah, you know he's in water at the moment. You don't have to turn that corner. Just wait for your teammate to get involved.
A little bit more forward this time. I am getting worried about the fact that Crazy are not having... They're not having apartments, they're not really ever challenging mid or even second mid, and they're not fighting for banana.
Yep.
So they don't know anything about what's happening on the map.
Yeah, and you give Astralis that much space on their T side, you give them that many opportunities, they're going to punish you more often than not. That'll be something they have to change, perhaps when the rifles get back in their hands, and this is a desperate force buy. They might lose it all, but a double kill here. Device now turning the corner, and Hunter still aggressive. So is Letney. They've got plenty of players here, and they're winning all of it. But it's Nix again in a clutch situation.
It is, but the bomb's on the other side, and he's smoked off for the minute, almost taking him down through the smoke again, but not this time. Hunter will drop a 3 in the round, and Crazy will find another one to put on the board here, making it 4-2. Still in favor of Astralis, but it's good news. And I think even, I mean, just to add, Crazy have got the Finnish crowd on their side as well. There's only like 5 of those Finnish people out there, but it sounds like it's 200.
Those guys have been going mental all day long. Well, we looked at it and they were having beers like 3.5 hours ago.
They were, but
it's great.
That's why I keep saying we need to have a major in Finland.
I've never been to Finland. I would love to go.
Like we need to do it, like a Helsinki major. That'd be amazing.
Okay,
I'm in on that.
I'm cool with that. Next, gonna get aggressive. We said they needed the challenge for Banana, and oh my lord, do they ever get punished?
Oh dear. Device, one of the players that didn't really have, the most inspiring performance yesterday, at least on one of those maps. But this was pretty good. 2 deagle headshots to start off with. They are going to be returned quickly, and Otto somehow not getting the kill. Dupree looked like he was going to get caught jumping completely, but the MAC-10 comes out on top now. Smoke, and Letney's going to go and challenge it. Can't really blame him, but there's a lot of targets on the other side. Great headshot. The follow-up tapping away and taking Demegis. What an incredible save.
That is ridiculous. And that's what the desk talked about. Some of the individual skill in these guys that has powered them. There is some tactics and there is obviously details on top of it, but that has been the most surprising thing, that these guys have come out with so much talent and ability to take duels, take fights, and multi-kills against some of the best players in the world that we've had for years.
Yeah, it's really It's really fun to watch. I think it's just one of those things that's happening so much in Counter-Strike now. Like so many of these players that we're not used to. Yeah, young guys coming up. Even teams that we sometimes avant-garde earlier today. You know, it's just cool to see.
You can't even fault Astralis for that one. They played that pretty damn well. A great call as well. Device gets 2 kills in Banana. The third guy kills him. So they know, likely, I mean, at the A bomb site, it's going to be much weaker. And they found a 3-on-1 and still couldn't win it.
And now they're back to pistols on the Danish side. So a big chance here for CR4ZY to even out the scoreline. Save, hopefully, some rifles, because they actually desperately need that. That might be the #1 priority in this round if you're CR4ZY. Just
preserve the money.
Preserve the money, yeah.
It is a little disheartening hitting tab and just seeing everyone at $300, $0. That's not ideal. When they start getting to like 3,000, 4,000, a buy behind any mistakes that are made, that's when you start feeling a tad more comfortable. Esperanto with a couple nice headshots right at the corner, and he's going to keep going for more. Glaive willing to challenge through the smoke with that deagle.
Trying to guess through the smoke, Esperanto, but unable to find more than the first 2 kills. Flashbang to set it up, and he couldn't line that up perfectly. Still, it's almost everything you'd need. 2 kills for dupreeh. Oh, sorry, 1 kill for dupreeh and 1 for CR4ZY. And 1 more for dupreeh would actually make a huge difference. It's already slightly critical here, just on losing 2 rifles. Not great. Third one would actually be a slight disaster.
Yeah, that's where there's a really painful loss of economy involved, and dupreeh's not going to have the opportunity. Does tag auto. Can't get any follow-up shot. All tied up at 4-4, so CR4ZY, after losing the pistol, holding on well once they've started to get guns in their hands. 4 of the last 5, in fact, on the board for CR4ZY.
Yeah, great turnaround. We'll see what happens in round number 9, though. They can continue. Astralis, we know they're going to be pretty good on either side of this map, so I think it's on CR4ZY to just try and rack up the numbers as far as will be allowed, and certainly breaking the Astralis economy is going to be great for them. This is the kind of aggressive play they weren't really doing earlier, and even just doing it, he almost gets the headshot. It's so close, but even just doing it is enough. It sends like a signal, right? It shows that Astralis can't just take anything for granted here. Right,
well now they've stepped up a little bit of the challenging that we discussed, across the map. First, the play in towards Banana that obviously went south, but this one auto-challenging down middle with the AWP. One player jumps over his shot in ult mid, one player ducks beneath it.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that. They're also over at Banana, Nexa and Esperanto. Device is hearing the jumping, and he's calling it in, actually. Saying, don't peek him. Doing a little live translation here, but saying just don't do it. He's hearing, he's waiting for it, and he certainly has the opportunity. But they don't know about Nexa. He's behind the board here, and he's going to spray one. Down goes for a second. Continues. Oh, my lord, Nexa taking down 3.
Oh, this lurk from dupreeh, though, it's so powerful, and Letny just gets around the corner. He's coming back, and dupreeh didn't realize it. Now they've spotted each other. Letny was stellar here earlier, and dupreeh must find this, and he's got to hold on to the site a little bit longer. It's just Hunter as Zipnix comes to join in. And how aggressive does he want to be around that smoke? dupreeh is holding on as much as possible for this plant to keep things safe. And things settle down into a 3-on-2.
Now this is a bit scary though, because Hunter's right around the corner, and I wonder what they could do here. They do have a flashbang to set it up. Hunter could flash somebody through. Another smoke goes in. That's slightly annoying. No more grenades left on the Astralis side, so that one flashbang from Hunter and a Molotov on auto as well. That means inside of this bomb site there could be a lot of trouble for dupreeh. We'll see if CR4ZY and dupreeh can create the right crossfire. They're all going to try and retake through quad, so this is going to be pretty explosive. Molotov goes in pit, nothing really comes of it. Flashbang doesn't touch anyone either. Esperanto though, great shot, and dupreeh can't get the line up. And they're going to go for the defuse. They will have enough time for it, and CR4ZY will save themselves, but Nexa over on that other side, that was brutal.
That was actually beautiful that he was able to control the spray that well. Really nice triple kill from Nexa, but I think Esperanto on that retake, that might be the shot of the round, just because you need that entry. If that doesn't come quick enough, that crossfire, that trap gets sprung. And without that second half of the crossfire, the final player inside the site can't do anything in the post-bomb plant. And CR4ZY take a lead, 5-4, and they force a tactical timeout from Astralis.
Again, I'm not sure if you guys at home can hear it, but I could hear Device saying, don't peek him, don't peek him, don't peek him. So I think their read is basically there's only one guy here, and he's playing defensively by jumping. We're going to try and shut him down just by killing him, but as soon as they see him running back, they think, okay, well, he's the only guy there, which is a common play. It's such a common play to have a single person at that half wall jumping.
Oh, yeah.
But there was two.
I mean, that's also a big risk. How often do you see teams just start spamming that board? And if I'm Nexa, I don't make that play ever again in this half. Because you know Astralis is just going to put 20 bullets into that board as soon as they come towards banana.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one time you could do it, but that could be enough.
Boy, did it pay off.
It really paid off. 5-4 as CR4ZY take the lead over Astralis on Inferno, and things are looking very cool at the moment, better than I was expecting. Double open play can be done on Inferno on the CT side. Sometimes it can be a little bit risky. Otto doesn't seem to mind fighting at any range with it, so fair enough, but we'll find out if it's going to be working. High up, and Letney could have easily been a double. Otto going to miss a big chance there. That needed to be a kill, and that is going to be a quick save, I think.
That's a save call, but that's also a great call from Astralis. There we see them really exploiting the fact of 3 players over towards that B bomb site. They've seen it a number of times in Banana and at B early. This time, just send 3 players to the complete as far away as humanly possible on the map, in towards A hulls. You get those kills, you get a free bomb site.
Yeah, if they figure that out somehow, that there was going to be 3 early on, that's really important.
I think they'll have to have figured it out, because they saw a 3-man stack and pissed around.
Yeah.
They saw it the round when Device got 2 kills with the Deagle and the 3rd player killed him, and I believe there was at least one more round where they spotted it. So they might not realize that 3 players are pretty committed at the start of the rounds, but I think at the very least, you're realizing that CR4ZY is stacking up at the B bomb and really emphasizing the defense there.
And I think, just because we sometimes talk about, you know, sort of different roles that people can play in a game, I actually think in terms of figuring out those things, it's nice to have a team where you can crowdsource that kind of thinking, right? Because in the past we've had teams where it's really going to be like the in-game leader and maybe one other person, and everyone else is just going to be fragging and not thinking about that side.
Well, that's not how it works, but yes.
In Astralis, though, I mean, I think you know they're going to be able to do that. And I think increasingly in the future, I mean, if you're a young up-and-coming player, that's something to really think about, is that, yeah, there's all the stuff, mechanical stuff you could do in the game, but if you're able to add like a little bit of info like that, like saying, hey guys, I think they might go for some of those early, you know, B stacks. I've heard something, I've seen something, or I've just remembered something. It's like, that really makes a big difference. So
I mean, I think everyone should try being an in-game leader for like a week. If you're on a team, just take a week and be an in-game leader, and then you realize how valuable each little piece of information is.
Sort of like if you're training to be a doctor or something, you have to go to like all these different areas, right? Like, you know, pediatrics and orthopedics and all the rest of it. You have to do all these different things, right?
Understand how it all connects together.
How it all works.
That's the big thing. And spend a week being an in-game leader. You'll get a new appreciation.
Someone should be a coach. You have to be a coach for a week. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Let's make that the new thing.
All right, here we go. 3 players again towards the B bomb site early. We'll see how long they stick around. Otto's going to burn a little bit, trying to find an extra shot. And it looks like Astralis is going right back to the same strategy.
Oh.
Exact same strategy. This time Hunter is in lane.
And this time Glaive, who's supposed to be throwing the flashbang from middle, got shut down by Otto. That's a huge kill. Magus with a big double though. Again, opening it up. He did that last time as well.
You can't do it anymore if you're CR4ZY. You have to put 3 players back at the A bomb site. That's going to have to be the adjustment in the next round, except for the fact that these 3 players might just, I mean, they're going to try and go for this, see if you got something. Esperanto's coming through. No one's watching this. Oh, Magisk! A spin at the last second.
And now, again, yeah, not worth risking. Okay, well, now we could have a setup for what tactically is something that we don't always get to cover in the middle of a game, especially. Device does go down, but you see Otto's already left the premises entirely.
I think Nexa looks like he wants to go for this. Maybe that smoke that just went up scares him off, but
yeah, he's looking hungry. I can't recall if I've ever seen a round where somebody clutches it after the rest of the team has decided to leave. That would be really cool, but yeah, looking for exit kills, not going to get any more than that. Here's the thing, that's 2 rounds exploiting the fact that there's 3 at B by going to A.
Yep.
Now, if you're Astralis, you could make a call to say, okay, they're going to try and emphasize, you know, mid and A, let's go B quicker than we normally would. That sort of stuff is really fun, because obviously...
That's when you start playing the mind games and you really start to make them feel useless.
So a lot of the time when we're trying to analyze these individual rounds, that's just what we're doing, right? We're looking at whatever happened in the previous round, but actually, you know, in reality, tactics evolve over several rounds. It's usually very hard to catch because we don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but that sort of stuff is so much fun when you get into it. So, in fact, the whole part of the game is hidden in that layer that we don't always get to talk about. So, 12th round now coming up, and at least they're going aggressively on Banana, but so far, still 3 at the B bomb side, and it's going to be Otto to take down Device, and goes for more. He's going to take Magisk as well. He is so good with this AWP.
There's only been 2 guns on the Crazy side of things, and they both got massive impact. 3 kills on the 2 weapons they saved from the previous round, and this has turned in the favor of Crazy. Esperanto now with the op trained to the edge of that smoke. Zipnix and Glaive, 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and a Molotov to make something happen. If Esperanto can get 1 more, or at least lure them into Hunter, boost it up and waiting, but just the USP. Esperanto cannot go down before Hunter makes contact.
Oh, he does walk into it, but still boosted up. Hunter is there, and with the low health there on Glaive, yeah, he's going to fall back into spy time. He knows the rest of the team are coming. Zip will take him, and shooting through the smoke is almost successful. But yeah, the flank is there so quick. Next are coming in as well, and they get the round. Letney, they line up for him, and he's going to take down both. That is a massive victory here for Crazy. 6-6, and they need it.
What a back and forth affair. I actually, Esperanto going down, I thought that was going to seal the round. Hunter had no ability to actually fight that, but then Letney just was coming through as the smoke faded and found 2 easy kills. Fair play. 6-6, Mac 10 on Magisk. Deagle on Device. Neither of these teams have really ever had any kind of a real save. Crazy, I guess, in the 3rd round with mostly just USPs, but they've been forcing up every chance they can. Every time they have, that maybe just 2 guns, but they'll force up around that.
It feels like, I don't think Astralis will play like this, but it feels like almost like once you find out where Otto is, just go somewhere else. He's hitting some absolutely outrageous shots at the moment.
He's been very good for him. This time it's not 3 players towards the B bomb, so you can see Hunter over towards A at least initially, and I think they've hit that timer where the Hall's explosions happened previously. And maybe they're even thinking of the mind games that we just referenced with Hunter cheating over all the way to the B bomb site very early.
Waiting right at the edge out there. All 5 members of Astralis, and it's scary to have this many players wait around for such a long time. They're finally going to burst through and smoke off CT spawn and coffins as well. Nexa in the back, that's a great headshot. Head armor, I think, on Dupree, and he goes down. Esperanto trying to help out. He's going to get 1 kill. Great flashbangs coming through. Nexa still working in the back line. He's going to get a triple before he goes down. And Sip, once again, in a 1 versus 2 to try and clutch it. And again, his career has been all about this, and there's a reason why he's universally feared at this point in time. He's got the Krieg as well, he's got the Molotov, and they do have a smoke on Letney, so maybe that's 1 weapon that they can take away from him just in case. Hiding behind the coffins now. Letney and Otto trying to communicate about how to do this properly, setting up for the flashbang. No, just a Molotov, in fact, in the corner. Timing is going to be great, and Sip this time is not going to be able to clutch it. They do it just fine. 7th round here for Crazy.
That time was much more patient and slow paced.
Yeah. As
they worked together to clear those angles. Zipnix had to be looking towards Banana. He knew one was coming from that direction. 1 round lead for Crazy. Nexa has been a rock in this B bomb site, which at a certain point, I don't know, it's almost like a chicken and the egg scenario, because you'd expect a B defender who constantly has the B bomb site stacked with 3 players to be doing good, because there's so many more bodies to keep attention away from him, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like he's been getting double, triple kills every time they've gone there.
Yeah. He's having a really, really powerful game at the moment. Yeah, it's true he does have a little bit of backup there, but he's hitting some shots right off the bat. It's not like... I don't feel like...
I'm wondering why they have this emphasis on the B bomb side if Nex is going to be playing like that. Obviously a very good game, and you don't have those every single time, but regardless, they've still leaned on that. 3 players this time at A. There's the op shot, even blind, and Hunter for the cover. It looked like Otto was about to go down. He's got a double kill, and Hunter's got 3. 8-6.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good at the moment. 6 rounds is not bad for Astralis overall. They can recover and come back in the second half for that, but it is shaping up really nicely for Crazy. You've got to give it to them, and they fought pretty hard for it as well. Final round of the half, and Astralis are able to pick up. They already used this is their 2nd tactical timeout.
Nexa is 16-11. Otto is 12-7.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Zipnix leads the way over on Astralis on the other side of things. He's 12-11, and Magisk at 11-10. Tough spot for Astralis to be in.
It is a little bit. At least they get to finish the half with rifles. I mean, that is...
It would suck if this last round was played with like MAC-10s and pistols.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, but they're going to be able to put something together here.
I mean, CR4ZY's been pretty overwhelming in the gun rounds. It was the first three rounds and a half off the back of the pistol were Astralis, but since then, I mean, it's been mostly CR4ZY, an 8-3 run once the guns came out.
Yeah, it makes you think what would have happened if CR4ZY had won the pistol as well. Then it could have been a very one-sided affair here. Now instead, who's going to get that last round? We'll find out. Bomb dropped quite far back. Astralis grouping up at Banana once again. So don't care about Nexer and all of that. In fact, they're stacked for the A-bomb site and with leaving Esperanto alone with an AWP. That is going to be really rough, isn't it?
I think CR4ZY just expected Astralis to say, what's the strategy where we can get one more round in this half? And the A hit has been so successful that CR4ZY's assuming they're going to go to that. Esperanto's got to rotate around, but he's blocked off by smokes in every direction. I don't know how he's going to get involved. This is going to have to be a retake. The question is, can Nexa and Esperanto get any kills before the bomb gets planted? Nexa just started to spray down. There's good damage on a Dupree and Glaive, but they quickly and swiftly get under cover. Esperanto is still entirely neutralized by smoke and fire.
And Otto is still over at A. Not quite sure if anyone's going to be sneaking through to maybe backstab the rotation, but it doesn't happen, so he's quite far away. A 5-on-5 retake here for the 15th round.
Listen, we're going to see how good CR4ZY's utility usage is, because that is the biggest advantage they have in this 5-on-5.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Not a single grenade left on Astralis, so... Oh, that's some good luck there. Glaive taking down Otto, just walked right into the shot. There's really no accounting for that. And I think that kill in itself will make a pretty big difference here. Now they're going to be flashing their way through. Maybe stars go down. Dupree, close range, and they're all going to get shot down. 8-7 at the end of the half in favor of CR4ZY is still, I think, a pretty good job.
Bit of a strategic chess match with the B stack and the A-holes hits by Astralis throughout that, but overall, still pretty cool from CR4ZY. They have a one-round lead going into halftime, and we'll be right back with the conclusion.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got CR4ZY and Astralis in a best-of-3 here. And so far, it's actually been a very cool match. I don't know if 8 rounds is enough for CR4ZY to be able to win it here on Inferno, but it's actually slightly more than I was expecting. I think they had a pretty good run in the first half with the Nexa defending that B-bomb side, with Otto hitting great AWP shots. And I don't know, they've proven they can fight with Astralis right now.
It felt like their game plan was pretty good and solid, but the adaptation when Astralis kind of, figured it out didn't really come in all that great. Which isn't unusual for a map where they have such a low win percentage on. Obviously not one that's been super successful for them.
Yeah. And as we slightly alluded to, if Astralis had not won the pistol, it could have actually been much worse for the Danish side. They got like 3 rounds out of that, and then also a little bit of a slow start to the economy for CR4ZY. So all things considered, I don't know, it might be closer than it seems.
Glaive taking an angle at the B bomb site. Zipnik's playing inside of the bomb site. Just waiting. He's playing anti-flash, but he's got utility to drop if Glaive needs the support, and he'll need it in just a second. Backs away, and Zipnik's holds his nerve. Minute and 20 seconds left in the round. No smoke has been deployed by the defense.
Glaive and Sip just holding that bomb site. And, I mean, even putting down the smoke there, you can't be sure that the Glocks are going to stop. It could absolutely be that they're just going to be charging through. There's the preemptive smoke, and they do stop at the corner, but they have over a minute left, so they don't actually have to run through. They're going to do it anyway. Might be a big mistake. There's Letney going down, and more on the other side. They're so soft already. Tagged through the smoke, and the reloads are in, and Sip is ready. Going to be taking down next. A great headshot. Otto now trying to clear that corner. Finally, they get him, but it's just a second too late. Hunter went down in that mix, and that's a great defense here. Sip coming up with a triple. Device goes down, though, and that makes it a bit interesting.
Well, Dupree's got them boxed in. 30 seconds. Esperanto doesn't have the HP to get into the site. He basically has to watch the plan. It's all Otto from here. Would love to get this tap, and Magis is going to pre-fire the corner. Every time he peeks, it's into a bullet. Now it's about the aggression. Glaive and Magisk waiting. I cannot imagine this actually working out, but he might at least get the plant. Dupree still a bit far away to stop this, and he's not speeding up. Esperanto along the wall. I didn't realize it. Oh, he missed his chance. Missed his opportunity. And with 8 HP, Otto is in a situation where he needs an absolute miracle. All tied up. Astralis are going to take both pistols. Yeah, I mean, if you have to go through that smoke. Letney's the only one who made it. I believe there was a flashbang from Zipnix that
Yes.
stopped everyone else from wanting to go through, which is fine utility work, as we all know. But also the fact that smoke goes down, the HE nade went in behind it. He's like, yeah, if you guys stop behind it, you're just going to need an HE nade.
Yeah, that was, I mean, the grenade timing is really great there for Astralis. I feel like crazy with that much time on the clock. They could have just said, like, you know what? Let's see if you have more smoke, you know. I don't think they even throw much.
I think the biggest problem for them was they didn't have another smoke.
Yeah, I guess. But they had they had the Molotov they'd used as well, I guess.
Yes, they had a Molotov, a smoke flash.
Yeah, fair enough. So they just wanted to commit to it.
Or no, they had two smokes as well, but one went to coffins, one went to CT spawn.
All right. We'll see what happens here. Really good grenade down the middle. Doing a lot of damage to Hunter. And also tagging a bit onto Letney, who has no armor. So, and actually, Nexa has no armor either. The price of dropping AKs, I guess.
Well, you'd hope Hunter and Otto can get some work done with it. They've taken a decent amount of chip damage, and now that they've given away the game that the AK-47s are on the board, you can see Device and Dupree are nowhere near peeking into that. Letney would love a flashbang. Zipnix and Glaive out in the open. There's only one. It's on Hunter. He's here. Do they flash this corner? Do they wait till they attack the bomb site? Esperanto's going to walk into it, and the double firing squad. Now the smoke goes down, and that's a fight you just can't win.
No, they even did actually put out the flashbang, but it's just a bit too late boosting over the wall. Don't think that's going to be a surprise, really. Sip quick to react. I think he probably had that idea in mind already, and the 3 AK purchase here absolutely not working out for them at all. I'll put Astralis in the lead now.
Pretty powerful lead, all things considered as well. Even if it's just one round, they're going to have economic control as well in a round where Crazy can't invest. They don't even get kills or a bomb plant. If they invest in the next round, they'll be living up to their namesake.
That is true. It's kind of the whole point of it, isn't it? Just Nexa. Or a little headshot there at the coffins would have been pretty cool, but now they've got Magus on the other side as well towards CT spawn. Don't even need him. Glaive with the triple. And things starting to look pretty good for the Astralis team here, 9-8. All right.
The one guy out there?
Just one guy. He's very excited.
They were doing the wave with like 20, 30 people?
Yeah, orchestrated by
Finnish fans.
One Finnish guy in front.
Drunk Finnish fans.
It's
in Where's Waldo costumes.
It's beautiful. You have to appreciate
Everything about it was great, yeah.
I'm just sad I can't join in, I'll be honest. I kind of want to hang out with those guys for a little while.
Well, I'm sure you can meet them after the fun today. Hunter goes down. That's the SMG getting some bonus money. Dupree on the hunt as well, and he's going to find a quick and easy one.
How do you see that?
Might have scared him a little bit. Just seeing the form of Nexa below. And Astralis now just pushing down the map as CTs. Device is going to find that kill. And this is a little bit of Astralis flexing in this round. Obviously against just pistols, so it's not the biggest deal, but this is them saying, like, we can push too.
Yeah, a lot of fixing, in fact. I think that's going to be a little bit annoying. Triple for Magus with the MP9, 10-8 in their favor. Dust 2 is the second map, in case you're wondering. So that I look for, especially seeing someone like Otto, Esperanto 2, maybe double up setup on that map could be a lot of fun. But We need to see what Crazy have here on the T side first of all. Now they have rifles. Now they can actually put up a bit of a fight. So it'll be interesting if they can show us some more practice, some more preparation on this map. Can be really, really tricky on T side, and Astralis have money for grenades and everything else.
That's the scary part. We'll see how they handle it. At the moment, it's just Hunter running past all the flames, but right into the double nade. 3 players in Banana for the offensive side, Otto and Nexa in alt mid.
That's really annoying, isn't it? Running into those early grenades.
For? That wasn't going to hit anyone.
No. Can't be right every time. Ooh, a lot of damage on it. Otto looked like that probably could have been a kill.
This is brutal, though. Crazy's taken so much damage, and they haven't even applied pressure to the other side of the map, and now they already are falling with a minute left in the clock towards Banana, all 5 players. Maybe some confusion, maybe just a change of the idea. I like this at the very least. Instead of clumping up with a minute together and hitting the B bomb site, spree spread across the map.
Yeah, trying to see if they can find something, anything.
Running out of utility, though. 2 smokes, 1 flashbang, 1 Molotov. It's going to be very tough to get into a bomb site with that as all you have to work with.
And they also have to deal with Magus down in the pit, and he's so good at playing that position. Might be one of the best in the world.
And they're just running out of HP now. Esperanto at 6, Otto at 15. They've taken too much damage and not gained enough for it. Otto can't even be aggressive in coming out of these holes.
Yeah, only 20 seconds left. Yeah, I would say this is a very low percentage push coming into the A-bomb site. They're going to get Dupree, though. That's not bad at all. Device jumps up. Magus now the only one left with 13 seconds here, and they're going to get him as Esperanto takes him down. Very late lurk coming out of the hallways, and they're going to be able to get a bomb plant. That's quite something.
I can't believe that worked out that well. What beautiful shots. I think it was Nexa who took down the pit player and Zipmix.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. Magisk, even as you mentioned, one of the better pit players that we've had in the scene. He played it so well when Astralis was dominant last year and at the start of this year.
Dupree and Magus were down in pit, and you would think that they could combine a lot more to buy time even, but they got shut down so quickly. That's very unusual.
All right, we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, we do.
That's sick.
That's, again, like if you just rewind the clock a little bit, 20 seconds as they clear the corner towards Arch, and you have no more grenades and you're low on health, that's not a high percentage chance at all.
And it had to be those shots because they didn't have the utility.
Well done. That is cool. It's a lot of fun to see them play and being able to overcome some of these obstacles. Putting pressure on Astralis, forcing them to use a lot of that economy that they had already spent or built up. So that's all working out in their favor too.
These are the 2-1 matches as well, so whoever loses this series will not be eliminated. We'll see them again tomorrow.
The other one is FaZe and Renegades, right?
That's going on right now. It's on the 3rd map, which is Vertigo. FaZe leading 14-13. But that's a 1-2 match, I think.
Oh my god, you're right.
So someone's going home from that one, and then coming up after this FaZe Renegades is going to be what? It's North Liquid.
Yeah.
As an elimination match.
Dear God. I gotta say, I'm kind of excited about Renegades, making it this far and playing well and all the rest of it. It's kind of cool.
I'm telling Yanko.
Yeah, don't do that. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
The infamous Astralis utility damage.
No, but look at the call. Look at the call. This is terrifying because they saw 3 nades. So in one level, this is a good call. On the other hand, they left the bomb all the way back at T-spawn. So no matter how much success they have, which might not be any whatsoever, but this hit is very disjointed. That was an impromptu call based off the information, and they were not all ready to speed it up at the same time. Players come up mid, players were not ready in halls. Otto had to split off to go back and get the bomb.
And I think Otto was the first guy to make it to mid, which is also unfortunate, right? He's the one with the AWP, so I guess they kind of wanted to clear Arch really quickly, and they hadn't really counted on the idea that Magus was going to be already there in library. So I think you're right. That is a good call. That is heads-up play from Crazy to sort of figure that out really quickly, but timing was off by not that much, actually.
It just shows the inexperience of the team. Like, you know, you can still get up mid and just get bracket control and use that as like what you get for the triple nade down banana. But they went very, very far with just a couple players.
Look at Clay, though. He's not sure if they've actually made it past. He's a little bit worried that they might be. Now he's going to spawn it out. 35 seconds. Going to be putting up a Molotov to buy a little bit of time. The smoke and the Molotov there, but they're waiting for it, and Otto will fire that AWP. That should keep Blade somewhat honest. A lot of damage again going through and nearly getting the kill. Otto turning around and taking down Device. 20 seconds. Oh, it will be going down. The spray not connecting, and somehow CR4ZY might have put themselves in a position where they can actually win this round.
They're going to do it again, aren't they?
Yeah.
3-on-3. Xyp9x is very, very low. Bit of utility, though, left on Dupree, and that might be the winning factor.
Yeah, especially that Molotov to go into a corner. There's an easy couple of kills you can get with that alone. Otto, close range. Hunter going down. Glaive able to pick that one up. Sip is going to be falling, and now Otto, can he do even more? He's going to get the shot on Glaive, leaving Dupree. And that bomb, he's picking up a kid just as he walks towards it. He's going to hold it down right away, and Otto running right through, and the timing is so good for him. A triple kill here for the Finnish sniper. And that will be another round, and another very unlikely one that CR4ZY pick up.
You could see him exhale right at the end as well. Nicely managed from CR4ZY. That round was almost a complete catastrophe. Every step of the way, it felt like, you know, CR4ZY had the good idea, but just a poor execution of it. And then the magic happens. Otto, as you mentioned, he's been playing fantastic. Nexa even taking out Xyp9x coming from CT spawn. That allowed him to be safe and guard coffins. Beautiful work. We're all tied up, and Astralis is on a save.
Yeah, now this game has got very interesting all of a sudden. Not that CR4ZY have an enormous amount of money themselves, but yeah, they probably should take the lead here. Glaive with a significant amount of damage to take down Esperanto. The grenade going a little bit far.
Don't drop around like this.
Yeah, you cannot really afford that.
That last round that CR4ZY just won was a 3-on-5.
Yeah.
Which does not happen to Astralis too much.
No, I mean, I guess Sip was kind of low on health, but I think it was you could see the confusion on Glaive. Like, even when he was holding the coffins, half the time he was checking if they'd walked into construction, so he just wasn't sure. And he couldn't really stop them from getting the bomb down. And yeah. I think just Otto right now, even when he's not getting kills, which he's doing plenty of, but just the fact that they know that peeking him at any point is going to be just probably not a good idea.
Well, here we go, encroaching towards the A bomb site with 4 players is CR4ZY. It's only Glaive and Device to defend. So they've got a 9 HP USP and a full HP USP. So not much, essentially. Perfect flashbang for Device. He's going to get cleared out. That'll be a plant. That will be the round as well.
No issues at all there. Picking up this round. We'll put it at 11-10 in favor of CR4ZY, as Astralis are just spreading out looking for whatever they can get here at the end. Cheeky exit if possible. Well, let's see. And they're not even going to exit the bomb site. They're going to hide in the corner. Nobody there with a good little Doja nade.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Where's Doja?
I know, we mentioned that yesterday. We really would like him back at the majors.
I would really apprate that. Does anybody actually know what he's doing?
I just want his physical... I don't think anyone ever knew what he was doing. I don't even think Doja knows what he was doing.
No, but is he in a team?
Oh,
playing?
I have no idea.
Like,
definitely have no idea.
Somebody should find out.
What was the last event we saw him at?
I feel like it's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
A very hot minute. Timeout. Talk things over. And CR4ZY has found an 11-10 lead going into round 22. This is Astralis calling this yesterday on Train when that crazy game that went into 5 overtimes. We saw Astralis take their last time out in the 4th overtime. Here they've already used 3.
Yeah, they're not planning for 5 or 6 overtimes this time. They're expecting a regular kind of game.
They're not getting it.
They're not getting a regular kind of game.
Not getting it at all.
I'm sure they were expecting this would have been a little bit easier, but somehow not.
If you're a viewer at home and you don't have a B stream open on a second monitor, I don't know what you're doing, first of all, but FaZe has just been eliminated from the major by Renegades.
Oh
in
dear.
a 3-map series. 16-14 on Vertigo for that 3rd map, so commiserations to FaZe.
Yeah, Hunter's Cousins team now, officially.
Yeah, I think we have to swap that out.
Yeah, Hunter's now, he's it.
It's now Crazy and Hunter's Cousins team.
Yeah. That was the price of getting knocked out.
That was what was on the board for the two Cousins.
I'm not laughing at FaZe. It does make me really sad. But, oh. Letney down to 45 with a grenade. That's unfortunate.
I'm not even worried because I feel like Crazy's actually lost like the battle of utility and chip damage early on, and they've still found ways to win rounds despite the fact they'll have like 3 players in that health.
That's true, yeah, good point. Even when it started really with some of these rounds not looking great at all for them, they found a way back anyway.
Well, 4 players poised at the top of mid for Crazy. 4 players poised around the A bomb site for Astralis, so the Glaive is now just slowly cheating back towards the B bomb site, rotating back to Zipnix. Neither of them have a smoke. Neither of them have any real utility to block something off. It's only May just inside of the pit with that smoke, probably to protect himself if a Molotov was to come in. Late nade, based off the timing of the flashbang.
Oh, it's going to be so good, isn't it? Right on top of them. That is way too much to handle. The damage alone is, I mean, they got 3 players that are really tagged up, and now Device is going to be flanking. No grenade for Otto. Esperanto goes down as well, and that leaves Hunter in a 1 versus 3. If he had the health and a little bit more time, I would have said, yeah, this could have been really fun, like a really fun 1 versus 3 to try and clutch, but with 27 health and 17 seconds, that's a little bit different.
Well, he still has a smoke. He can isolate Glaive in the bomb site if he wants to. That would kind of give up the game of where he's going, but they already know. He just goes for the straight fight. Any damage he could have done would have been beautiful because Astralis did not have a whole lot of cash flow going on. 11 to 11.
That's such a power. I think you're exactly right. That just listening for the flashbang to clear the bottom of Banana, he doesn't have to worry about holding the grenade Glaive because Sip is holding that corner forward, so he's just in a great position. And I mean, he could even adjust it, right? If Sip is the first point of contact, Glaive can just say, fine, I'm just going to throw the grenade more or less in front of Sip, and then we'll see what happens. So that's kind of clever. You like to see that.
That was so much damage from that grenade.
Yeah,
Glaive's got 327 damage in this game so far with utility leading the server.
That's a lot.
Well, that's one area as well where, you know, Crazy might want to look into improving. Probably after the major when they have some time to add some new things in. They've got 4 players beneath 100 in the utility damage category. It's just Nexa with 184.
Yeah, that's one of the more overlooked areas, isn't it?
Conversely, everyone on Astralis over 100.
Yeah, why
2
not?
players sitting right at about 200, and then Glaive, as I said, at 327.
Yeah, I mean, why not at this point? You know, just come to expect it. See, now I'm getting a slight bit worried again, although Otto will open up a great double kill.
Oh, he's found a gap.
I should not have been worried at all.
He's just chilling between the flames. I don't know how he somehow got out of that. Fair play.
That is brilliant. What a time to come up with that double kill, because if they lost this round, Crazy, they would have been out of money again, but the same is kind of true for Astralis, so I don't know, this game could go either way at the moment. 3 versus 5. Crazy have won a round like this. Astralis need to win a round like this.
Well, Zipnix is waiting at the base of Banana. He does have 1 more smoke he could delay, but I guess maybe he doesn't want to give up his position if anyone's nearby. Astralis has no information of where they are until that utility starts to get used towards Rap side. Device holding inside the bomb site at the default boxes with the AWP. How many can he get? Trying to bait out the shot. There it is. He loses his nerve into Pre. He's going to be under pressure. Steps up, and he's up to the task. He's not got anything yet. So much damage is being dealt, but they're held back by the smoke. And Zipnix with a fast flight. There's the pounce from Nexa. Up above, and Device misses another one, but not a third. Holding on to this bomb site as much as possible.
They've done everything right, Crazy. The timing on Nexa was just so good, and now they're even making another smart choice. They're falling back to the B bomb side, and they will have the time for it. They can't stop it all. They need to move really, really quickly, otherwise they're going to be in some trouble here, because Device will be at the CT spawn as well. So checking corners can't really happen too much. I think Device is going to beat him just for it. He's got the lineup, and that's the bomb and the round, surely. 10 seconds, Esperanto. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. They should be able to push through the smoke and just go straight for it. He's going to put the bomb down. He waits a second, but Device will take him a quad kill and an unbelievable round win here for Device. Oh man, I can't believe the timing for Nexa to take the pre just as he moves out. That was so well done. Everything about this was perfectly lined up for Crazy.
Except for that one smoke right in
Yeah.
front of them. It stopped them cold. That one you can see on your screen here. Device just able to take shots and feel safe behind it. There was a moment of hesitation I felt when they decided to make that call to fall back, where they started walking, where they started slowing down and reconsider it. That gave Device the extra second to get to that B-bomb site. Great cover of the cross.
Oh man, there have been many close rounds, but that round could be the round.
Well, that's the 3-on-5 for Astralis. They were the ones with 3 players against 5, and they're the ones who somehow come out on top of it. So each of these teams have traded deep into this game. A heavily deficient round in terms of their manpower. Both have won a 3 versus 5.
Yeah, and obviously a magnificent round out of Device. Something that, I mean, that's what we want out of him at this point, right? That's what he's here for.
It hasn't been a great game for him overall as well.
No, you're right.
I believe he was at 11 kills when that round began. Another missed shot from him. The D goes out. He follows that up with a headshot, and Dupree bails him out, and Magisk, but mostly Dupree. 13-11. It's been close down the stretch. And if you're Crazy, you're hoping this is not where Astralis just grabs hold and runs away.
I would say it's looking somewhat likely, isn't it? That round, especially this last one where they had all 5 players alive, that builds a lot of economy. Crazy have had to invest everything into this one. Although Nexus still leading the charge heavily. They need Esperanto, they need Hunter maybe as well. Just a couple of rounds where they step out of their current form and just up it a bit. That would be good.
Step into Saiyan mode.
Exactly. Ooh. Boost to look down middle. A little bit awkward, but it works. And Esperanto not going to be happy at all.
No, because I think with that fall as well, I think Device dies if he misses that shot. I think he just falls right into the crosshair and maybe even a double kill. Retreating back to the bomb site. Mid control goes the way of Crazy. But Glaive is rotated here, and Dupree wants to get aggressive with Device.
Trying to use that AWP aggressively, sneaking around the corner. This could be a huge success. He almost misses the chance. Glaive going to go down on the other side, but Device just picking them apart now. A really great triple for him, and Otto now. And this could be an amazing time to have it just a 1 versus 3. He's already got the 1, but could he get 2 more? 50 seconds on the clock.
If this is the play he's making, he needs to just go for it.
Yeah.
Don't stop whatsoever. Zipnix and CT spawn because Magus has no idea of rap side. Otto now going to put the smoke down, and you've just got to hold your breath and hope there's not someone inside the bomb site looking for the follow-up peek, but Zipnix has heard the utility. He's rotated back. If he gets close to the smoke, he can actually stop this plant, not even put it into a clutch situation. There's the spray. He has to line up, and it's right. It's returned. It's gonna strike it. He does. He gets off, and Otto almost had the perfect read. It almost saves Crazy.
Wow, he had that all lined up. He had the read. He had all of the understanding. That could have. I feel like that should have been his round. Turning around with that creek.
When you see someone make a read like that, you're just saying, you know what, you deserve to win this.
Maybe that shot is like, all right, that's a little bit of a gamble, but...
Well, remember, here's the messed up thing about it is that Zipnix won pretty much an identical clutch.
Yeah.
He killed the flanker first and then just sprayed through the smoke randomly. Why can't Otto get that?
Yeah, I don't know. There can be only one, like the Highlander.
You think he just increases in power every time he wins a clutch?
That's strong evidence that's true. Lenny goes down to a sip Molotov. Dupree, well, being very aggressive in the middle to take down Nexer, and now, I don't know, they're stuck on Banana at the moment, aren't they? It doesn't really matter what they do. Otto trying to spray through and connect with anyone, but only Esperanto has any health left.
This game is much closer than a 14-11 scoreline would suggest.
Yep.
And that's even still a pretty close scoreline at this stage.
Yeah, I am wildly impressed by Crazy. Again, we sort of saw the percentages before going into it.
And this is supposed to be a bad map for them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bad map for them. It's very cool to see. They took some very, very low percentage wins against Astralis and converted them into victories. And then Astralis just got that one back, that 1-3 on fire with Device getting a quad kill. And that was at a point in the game that Crazy really, I don't know, their economy couldn't handle it. And it's been rough ever since.
Smoke into the choke point is going to be heartbreaking for Crazy. And Glaive Obviously spotted him right around the edge of that smoke. It's an easy kill, and somehow the rest of the players have dodged all these bullets. 8 HP combined, and Zimnik takes the first bullet, gets both. 15 to 11 for chances to close out the opening map in this series.
25 kills on Sip at the moment. Otto and Nex are really not that far behind either, but they need to go on a 4-round win streak here to get us into overtime. Crazy that is. How do they do it?
Final timeout being used as well.
Yeah.
I would imagine that Crazy is, if I'm their coach, I'm telling them to be very prepared for aggression from Astralis. When Astralis has gotten that push down B outside of that one auto round, when they fought at the half wall, essentially right at the car, they've pretty much won all of those.
Would it be cool if this is a round where Astralis actually pushed 2 into second mid with that flashbang that you can throw over the apartments? Sometimes I've even seen a version of that where people have those 2 people, but then there's a third player that comes out of the apartments, like on the low ground. That sort of stuff is really fun to see, and I mean it is a risk obviously, but you can catch people.
And we've seen them pushing pretty aggressively these last few rounds, just almost saying, these crazy guys are too skilled to give the fights they want. Let's actually go take it to them and be the ones prepared. So here's Blade pushing down Banana. Oh, they're not even prepared for it. They're not even prepared for that aggression whatsoever. And now Device, it's his turn to step up to the plate. He's got 2, and oh boy, did this fade ever so quickly for Crazy. So close for so long, but Astralis takes map 1, 16 to 11.
They do a big, I mean, that was their big chance towards the